Hi guys, welcome to today's video, which is, as you can see there, it's the parabolic SAR explained. Now, before I get into this, I'm only going to take maybe 5-6 minutes of your time to explain this. As always, please just pause the video, give that a quick read, and make sure you're comfortable with it. So, I think that the first question, a lot of you will be wondering is, what is the parabolic SAR? How do we use it? How do we integrate it into our trading systems? Now, as somebody who is learning from the CMT, Chartered Market Technicians curriculum course at the moment, I can say with reasonable certainty that I understand this indicator better than most. Now, this is a tool that is primarily used to help if you're a trend follower with stop losses, trailing stop losses, and it's also used in order to confirm a breakout in any given stock, security, etc. Now, this is just a recent example. Now, the SAR was created by the same chap that created the RSI and the ATR tools. So this is a very legitimate tool to be using. It's one of the more consistent and one of the more popular tools out there. But what it essentially is, guys, is when you add it to your chart, you should always be using it in conjunction with other tools. However, for simplicity, as a trend follower, it's identified as dots that are above and below price. Now, for example, if a stock is trending downward, you'll see the dots will be above. So when a stock starts to move downwards, you'll see that the dots switch from being below price to above price. That's generally an early warning signal to just say, okay, something's kind of happening here with the trend. I might want to start to get defensive. However, if we have an already trending stock, which is what we should absolutely be looking for, when we have the pullback in price and we see that the parabolic SAR is above price, and then all of a sudden it will switch to being below price, that is a signal to us to say, okay, something is now happening. This might be a good buy opportunity. Now, as we can see with this example, and this is a current example, Viva Systems, which has been trending beautifully over the last few months, we can see that the stock has then started to go on a run, which is absolutely what we want to do. We don't want to be in stocks for, little $1 or $2 moves. That's for day traders. And yes, you could absolutely use this tool for day trading, but that's not where you'll find the long-term sustainability, and it's not where you'll find the long-term consistency that you're probably looking for. So with the parabolic SAR, we can see that it's then started to move on a nice linear uptrend. Now, the way that trend followers use this, yes, we can use it to identify when would be an optimal entry into the market. But the really good thing about this tool is it can actually be used as a trailing stop loss tool also. Now, again, we should always be using it within conjunction with other tools. It's not a standalone tool to use and just make your trading decisions solely on it. Technical analysis is such a broad subject that you need to have a very diverse game. You need to understand what represents an optimal entry into the market. When should you look to get defensive? It's not always about your individual stock. Many times it's actually about the overall market, which many of you out there will just not understand. So absolutely, the stock is starting to move on a nice linear uptrend. So we simply enter the trade, and then as price is moving in our favor, we just have a very simple and logical way of managing the trade and using our trailing stop loss to extract as much profit as possible from the trade. Now, there will be occasions where the parabolic SAR will absolutely move above price, and quite oftentimes that can be a negative signal because the trend is still intact, and that's why you should use it in conjunction with other technical indicators. However, we can see that if we are smart about it, if we realize that we are working with a good linear uptrend, then we can actually use other tools to, to support a stop loss. And as we can see, this stock in particular has moved, from $80 to $160 in the space of, 4 or 5 months at the start of 2019. So that is one way of using the parabolic SAR, primarily if you're a trend follower. Now, if you're a swing trader, it's a little bit different. Now, first things to say is, I would class myself primarily as a trend follower. I do have elements of swing trading within my game, and this is certainly how you would look to use it as a swing trader. Now, again, this is a very up-to-date chart. This is something that I've actually helped my clients with this week. So with the parabolic SAR, we can see very similar to the previous chart. We would take the entry and then it goes on this really good, smooth ride to the upside. Now, eventually, the parabolic SAR then shifts. We get the dots above. We get defensive and we profit take. Then you can take a short position in the stock, and then eventually, you'll get many false signals like this where you have 1 or 2 dots and the stock will move sideways. But you can still use it as a tool to support your decision and take your entry into the market. Again, as soon as the parabolic SAR moves above price, you're then just waiting for it to move below. Then you take the buy position and then you run it. Eventually, you'll get stopped out, and then on occasions you get breakouts, and then the parabolic SAR will just assist you with your stop loss. Again, eventually stopped out. So you can actually use it as a trend following tool, or you can also use it as a swing trading tool as well. I would suggest that it's not massively consistent for day trading. I don't think anything is consistent for day trading. I think once you understand that if you have a time horizon for your trading, certainly within a few weeks to a few months, if you have a particularly good trend, you want to be in the trend for as long as it is paying you. And that is essentially what the successful traders that I have met, that I know, that I have taught, that is the approach that they all have. None of them day trade, because 95% of day traders ultimately fail and give up. However, if you have an understanding that markets trend, stocks trend, you can absolutely move in on those stocks, whatever you choose to trade, whether you buy the underlying asset, whether you're trading options, or for you UK guys, if you're spread betting or using CFDs, leveraged products, if you are in a trend, you should be staying in that trend for as long as it is paying you. And there's a very specific way to identify these entries into the market and to extract as much profit as possible. So certainly the parabolic SAR is a little bit useful. It's not my go-to technical tool, but it is something that's useful nonetheless. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let me know what you think. If you think there's other technical tools that you would like me to do a bit of an evaluation on, feel free to comment below, like the video. It all helps to get my name out there and obviously bump up the YouTube algorithms. So if anybody's out there and you feel like being nice, then please like the video, give it a comment, be much appreciated. And for those of you that really do maybe struggle with your trading and you want to take things to the next level, go and check out our website, honeystocks.com. We'd love to hear from you. So if you've stuck around to the end, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for watching, and I hope to speak to you soon.